This would be huge for the Padres, as these players would make fantastic fits into our lineup. Where would we slot them? How do the stats look? Let's talk about it. Hi, welcome back to another episode of Padres Digest with your host, Andrew. Today we're talking about two players that, well, one's almost available and one for sure is available, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Before anything, please subscribe. As always, getting super close to 3,000, and it would be great if we could get there. Anyways, so before we get too deep into the two players that I just showed you, and I'll tell you their names in a sec if you don't know already, we have to do a huge shout out. Tatis Jr., 2 times platinum gold glove winner. So that's insane. So a couple days ago, I'm happy to be wrong about this. A couple days ago, I talked about how there's no way Tatis would win the platinum in the same league as PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, the Cubs center fielder, and Patrick Bailey, the Giants catcher, who have both had fantastic years. But here we are, me being wrong about this. And you know what? I am so totally okay with that, honestly. So, I mean, it's not that he doesn't deserve it, because obviously Tatis is a fantastic defender. He robbed like 5 home runs this year. I just watched the Padres like highlight reel for him this year. Insane, right? The other thing you gotta notice, or the other thing you gotta know about Platinum Glove voting is that it's also 50% fan voting. So I'm sure us, the Padre fans, and people across the league probably voted for him. Probably over them, to be honest, because I feel like Tatis is much more of a household name than, say, like Patrick Bailey. PCA is getting there, but not yet, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, full shout out. And like it says, this is translated from Japanese, but Tatis Jr. won the Platinum Glove Award. I thought other candidates like Hayes, Cabrian Hayes, who's he on now? The Reds, right? He was on the Reds. PCA, Bailey, and others were more likely this time, so I'm a bit surprised, but this is great. I wonder if it was his home run catches that got recognized. To think after switching to the outfield in just 3 seasons, he'd win the Gold Glove twice and even the Platinum Glove twice. And some of you guys want him back in shortstop. That is still so insane to me. So in the 3 years he's been a right fielder, he's not only won the Gold Glove twice, he's won Plat twice. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. But that's the quick shout out for him. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but now let's talk about a possibly huge pitcher that we could acquire. The Cebu Lions, I'm so sorry if that's wrong, are increasingly likely to accept his request to be posted to MLB this offseason. Tatsuya Imai's, pretty sure how you say it. Not yet official. Decision expected the coming days. This is from the 6th. So it's been 2 days since this came out. So he's not technically available yet, but it's probably going to happen, right? And this could be huge. You probably don't know who he is, but you've probably seen the Murakami and the other person I made a video on whose name is completely escaping me right now. Please yell at me. But there's 3 or 4 really good Japanese players that are available. And I feel like that's happening a lot more recently. Cool for Japan, bad for our wallets. And by our wallets, I mean the Padres wallets. But let's talk about him real quick, right? So this is from the, who made it? I just had it. Hold on. I'll tell you right now. I think it was Jim Bowden. Okay, I had to completely remember. Jim Bowden article. So Tatsuya Imai, right-handed pitcher, age 27, still young. 2025 team, Saitama Seibu Lions, Nippon Professional Baseball. Agent Boris Corp. That's scary if you don't know who that is. He's like the biggest agent in the entirety of baseball. Imai is an undersized, listed at 5'11", 154 pounds, right-handed starter for Saitama Seibu Lions, who's expected to be posted this offseason. He sits in the mid-90s with his fastball, but can reach the high 90s when he needs it. His best secondary pitch is a wipeout slider, and he mixes in a changeup, splitter, curveball, and sinker. A 2-time All-Star in Japan, Imai posted a 1.92 ERA and 163 2/3 innings this season. Despite his slight build, he's been durable and profiles in MLB as a mid-rotation innings eater who can keep hitters guessing. Who do we need? A mid-rotation, just anybody, honestly. We need any starting pitchers, but we'll take someone who can eat innings, especially because we need to stay healthy. Best team fits. We don't care. Padres contract, 7 years, $154 million. Let me do some math real quick because I forgot to do it beforehand. Okay, my bad. So $22 million a year. that's pretty much what we offered Cease and King for their qualifying. So it's not like this is an unobtainable contract. Honestly, it's not that bad of a contract in general, depending on like the market we have now, which is super expensive for pitchers. But honestly, I wouldn't mind that 27-7. So he would still be relatively, can I say middle-aged as a pitcher, 34, 35. Also, please apply if you would like. But yeah, I mean, that's someone I really think would be a good fit. The Cubs, we don't care about the Cubs. We'll replace that with the Padres. This is Padre Wire. We're listed as a fit for Japanese pitcher. 132 innings pitched. We saw that. 0.89 whip is insane. 29.7% strikeout rate. 7% walk rate. 5 complete games. His fastball sits around 95 with a unique arm side slider, 47% whiff, and a splitter, 38% whiff, which means people miss it that percent amount of times. And he's not a projected deal. But let me show you his kind of stat cast. Some of these stats are a little like different, so you might not be used to it. But I did have my best friend ChatGPT kind of explain it a little bit better for you. So let me go back to my screen. Had to go grab it real quick. Tatsuya Imai, we already saw that. He has elite control and strikeout ability. Had a 4.5 WAR season. That's in the 99th percentile of the league. His Sierra, which is ERA based on skills, not lucked, was 2.26. I had to look that up. Didn't know what that was. Struck out 27.8% of hitters. Walked only 6.9%, which means it's a 20.9% K to walk ratio, which means he has elite command plus stuff combo. His TRA, which estimates runs allowed based on strikeouts, walks, and batted ball types, shows true run prevention, is 213. Keeps the ball on the ground, 49%. You can look at the rest of the stuff. Dominates righties, is not as good against lefties, but that's normal for a pitcher who's a right-hander. And then fastball average, like 95 miles per hour. Breaking ball stuff, 9.7 pitch velocity. Sorry, I had to sneeze. I said pitch velocity. I meant pitch value. I don't know why I said velocity. Pitch value. So that's good if you were curious. But basically what you got to know is that he is a strikeout ground ball machine who is really good against righties and just not as good against lefties. But again, that's what you expect from someone who throws right-handed. So yeah, ground ball pitcher who can get strikeouts. That sounds like something we could use in this team, in this lineup. So, well, in the pitching staff, I meant, not lineup. You know what I mean. But yeah, I think he's someone that could absolutely and should absolutely excite you. And then I think I have one more. Did I have one more? Yeah, contract position. So 6 years. This one has it at 6 years, 135, still around 22 million a year. And then the other guys, Okamoto. That's right. That's who his name was. But oh wait, did we do a video on Okamoto? I don't remember actually. I forget. But if not, we'll add it to my list. I did say there was like 3 or 4 pitchers or players from Japan that are gonna be huge for us, or you know what I mean, huge in the MLB. But after that, we have one more thing. Jorge Polanco. He declined his player option per multiple reports. He will be a free agent. Look at those stats. 265, 26 home runs, 78 RBIs, 6 stolen bases. That's not great, but OPS 821. So what is something we are missing on this team? Home runs and slug. What is something that Jorge Polanco offered this year? Some good amount of home runs and some slug. His slug was 495, which is something we absolutely need. As you can see, he had a huge bounce back year this year compared to 2024, which wasn't great, right? He only had 16 home runs, which is not like horrible, especially for our team, but 213 average is not something we'd love, to be honest. And a 355 slug, again, not something we'd love. But we had a better year this year. I think he had like knee surgery or something, but I think his knee was feeling better this year. So I don't think he'll be super expensive, to be honest. I mean, he's not going to be like, it'll be less than 20 million, I think, a year for him. Maybe even less than 15. I don't know exactly. But I think for what we need, which is slug, he would be a fantastic pickup. I mean, his batting run value is probably better than most of our players on our team, 83 percentile. Fielding isn't great, right? We're not going to pretend like he's a good fielder. And I know he's also a second baseman, and you're probably wondering, Andrew, but we have Jake Cronenworth at second place. Well, we'd have to slide him over the first base or get rid of him, which I know some of you guys would love. I don't want to get rid of him entirely, but he would have to play first base, which isn't like crazy. He plays a good first base. And if anything, Jorge Polanco can be a DH for us. But yeah, as you can see, batting average 269 was expected. He's at 265, so he's hitting around what he's expected. Slug 453, so he's actually hitting better than his projected slug. But he squares up the ball real well. 89th percentile, doesn't strike out that much. 83rd percentile, so he's definitely a good hitter. What are we lacking on this team? Good hitting. So, in my opinion, I think he would be a good, solid pickup who won't be super expensive. And he is a switch hitter, which would be beneficial for us, I think, personally, because I feel like we're super lefty. Well, we were super lefty heavy. So it'd be nice to have someone who can do the best of both worlds, I guess. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? I think it's interesting. I saw a lot of people say he'll probably re-sign with the Mariners just for like a couple million more, which I could see, right? They went to the ALCS, and I don't think Polanco. I think he likes it in Seattle, is what I meant to say. But you know, it's San Diego. Like, why would you not want to go to San Diego? You know what I mean? But yeah, let me know how you guys feel. First of all, give your shout out to Tatis Jr. for the Platinum Glove. And how do you feel about Imai? Do you think he's a good fit, or do you not trust Japanese players right now? Because I mean, Sasaki was okay last year, I guess. Roki Sasaki, was that his name? What's his last name? Sasaki? Oh, whatever. Yell at me. I don't care about Dodgers players. No. So let me know what you think. You think it's a risk, or you think it's worth the risk? How do you feel about Jorge Polanco? Do you think he's someone you would like? I know he's not super like a huge name, but he would be a beneficial player to our team, in my opinion. Let me know your opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please subscribe as always, and go Padres. Goodbye. Guten Tag. Nope, that's good afternoon. Auf Wiedersehen. Whatever.